Hello everyone, and welcome to my new series called Experimentations. I'm here shaking up my building style because I felt like I was kind of stuck in my old building habits. So in my country house series, I found myself like stuck in a rut, always playing it safe with the same old building styles. But no, not anymore. With experimentation, I'm breaking free from my norm and trying out new building combos. Might either look very good or absolutely trash, there's no in between. But that's fine, mistakes are allowed to happen. We learn from our mistakes, so there's no shame in that. So join me in this wild ride as we explore fresh ways of building and discover some cool design and tricks along the way. I'm bringing you along the journey, and who knows, maybe we'll both learn something out of this. So let's start this new series. It's very hard to press a button in third person. Oh, there we go. Welcome to my new series called Experimentations. And I hope my redstone works, or else it will be very bad. It didn't work. Well, off to a great start. Oh, that's why it didn't work. Ran out of my render distance. Yeah, new series. This looked way better in my head, not gonna lie. Kinda disappointing. I hope this is not a token of bad omen. Right, so let's start at building number 1. So how this series works, right? Is every time I'm doing one of these episodes, I'll tackle one small part of the building, and I'll do multiple variations of it, multiple building styles, testing out new blocks, testing out new combinations. Maybe they look good, maybe they don't. So for the first episode, we're going to look at farms. And as you can see, it is like a wild farm, one you can see in a forest. And the thing is, if I'm doing these things, it has to work, right? So if I'm doing farms, it has to be a valuable farm. It has to be a good farm. So even though it is not the most efficient farm, it definitely works. You can have all of these, farming things over here, and that's actually quite a lot. It's only annoying to harvest, I can imagine. Right, and I tried to build a custom birch tree because my birch tree is, let's just say it needs an update. Tried to use some diorite in the birch tree, and over here we got the boulder with the hanging roots. It looks more natural. Some moss on the one side where the trees, where it sees less sunlight, where it's more moist, where moss normally grows. So all moss here. Then down here, where the trees. Below that, I tried to do some hanging root as well. It shows like the roots of the tree. On that, tried to play with some more blocks here and there, some dead corals as pebbles in a riverbed. A little bridge here, and tried to use a ton of variational blocks to make it look a lot nicer and cleaner. Just gotta play around with all the color palettes. Try to make it blend in nicely. I honestly find this one very charming. Obviously, I also used the glass pane with the candle trick for the cattails, and falling over logs over here, like falling over a tree, a bit more moss blocks. So yeah, it's very simple, but it's so charming. I really love this one. Imagine you having a big forest built like a custom forest and having farmlands like this as well. Beautiful. And then we get over to my second build. This one is an abandoned hay shack where the farmer keeps all of his hay. But the farmer left years ago. Nobody knows why, he's just gone. So what we have here is all kind of abandoned details, like again, they're hanging roots. In cobweb, you have some glow lichen who show some mold on the blocks. So whereas glow lichen is just mold, it looks very good. Block to like show some moldy parts on a block, it looks so good. Yeah, we have some leaf as well, as nature is taking over this abandoned shack. Use some green terracotta as well to make it look nicer. And then here we have a hidden storage system, if you want to have that. And if you look at the outside, it's actually very simple and clean. It's just a normal farmland as you will have on a normal build. But over here we got a scarecrow, which is also molding. Maybe a bird came by and attacked the head, and the head fell off, and now it's molding on the ground. But while it's falling, it also took an arm with it, and here's the arm. So yeah, it's a very simple design. Also on the roof, I have some more nature taking over parts, some grass on the dirt. Just imagine having this in your like abandoned village, like you're making a ghost village or something, where you have maybe a graveyard next to it somewhere, or just all kind of spooky stuff. And this one is absolutely lovely. Maybe you can add some more spooky things around it. I think it's wonderful. It's simple, but it's wonderful. Next up, I try to really get out of my comfort zone. That is something, I don't know, I was thinking about something futuristic, some post-apocalyptic build, in one of those Fallout buildings, I don't know. And I was thinking, like, what if they just, I don't know, made a tower with their farmlands on it, since the entire world is like gone to smithereens. So the entire world is just like this, like black stone and magma block and lava everywhere. So they tried with their lost efforts to build some farms on plateaus above the ground. And this thing also works, but I have not tried going to a farm yet. So let me try that. No. Okay, it's definitely a lot harder than I imagined. But if you're a little tweaking here and there, and this thing works great. Yeah. So let's take a look at the build. Now this is just a very old metal building, which gets rusty here and there, like the cut copper and the granite indicates some rust. I also tried to put some dripstone in there for more block variation. And the metal I try to indicate with light gray chokers and the side, and a banner over here as well. You won't see it from very far away, but close by it blends in very nicely. To get the farm together, I use trapdoors, and I also put these pillars down as they like hold together these platforms, like keep them steady up there. Just think about those like big iron chains, maybe. Yeah, just like holds everything in place. And up here we have some redstone lamps to tell the planes that it's not safe to be flying this low. But to be fair, if a plane was flying this low, then you have other problems. In the corner, as I said, there's like two steels to keep everything together. There are iron blocks with observers into the chokers, and they're pulled back with lightning rods and chains. Now here we also have more kind of wiring, I guess, like for electricity or whatever machinery they use to harvest these crops. If you want to do something like this, you will need a debug stick, and you will need commands for the lever placements. The debug stick is, for example, for this part of the fence, and also for these things over here, like the iron part connected to the fence. And on top we also have some other machinery, maybe some ventilation, maybe some electricity box, I don't know, just some random like mechanical parts. It looks, in my opinion, it looks very nice. But not because it looks nice, but just because the concept looks amazing. It's supposed to look a little bit chaotic, I guess. I was trying to make this building look like it's also a little bit abandoned, or at least not taken care of that greatly. Like humanity is gone since a long time, so they didn't really have the resources to take care of this thing and make sure that everything keeps on working. So yeah, that was kind of the whole gist of this build. And then finally, for a last build for this first episode of experimentations is a good old greenhouse house. Greenhouse house. Yeah. It's greenhouse. So let's first take a look at the outside before we go inside. It's a very clean building. It did go over my chunk here, but it looks better like that. It's just your good old greenhouse with the black borders and your glass fillings. There's nothing really much to say about it. I find it very elegant with the spikes on top. Try to combine the deep slate walls with black stone and even nether brick wall. We have more variation, more colors in there. Yeah, it's a greenhouse. Yeah. In the inside then we have a very lush decoration style here. We have the trees that grow inside that go all the way over, or lights here. These are actually light sources, the thing. And I did that with 2 droppers connected with end rods, and on the bottom I use mangrove trapdoors to let the light through. Try to do it everywhere, and on top there's also potteries with saplings. This with some 4 blossoms to have the beautiful particle effects. Absolutely stunning. Now we have the flower bed, and we have the farmlands that also work. Probably one of the better ones out of the 4, except for that one of course, but that's just a very simple build. This one works very lovely. And why is there a pig in here? What do you want from me? Why do you keep following me everywhere I go? For the flooring I also tried to put some water sources here and there. I did that with some mangrove wood which are waterlogged. So that way they give water to the crops over here and don't need extra room for your water source. The same thing with this farm beds over here. There's just mangrove roots waterlogged over here and over there. So at the end of the day you don't even see your water source. You could also just put your water behind here. That also works, I guess. But then you will see it when you look out from the outside, and I don't know. Good work, but I like this one. This has been the first episode. Maybe I haven't not gone that overboard with the new building styles. But, you know, I'm really happy that I'm doing this. So just so I can explore with new blocks and do things I normally wouldn't do. Like one of these towers, I will absolutely never have done this if I didn't like want to go ham with with all the different kind of blocks there are. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Experimentations, and if you did, please let me know what you like the most, and maybe if you have any tips for me, like you're like, oh hey man, you can maybe try this block combination with this other block. Just let me know. I could use all the feedback, and maybe you guys are like got some ideas that I just never would have thought about it, and maybe you like open a new world for me, who knows. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Experimentations. Yeah!